Welcome to SpunTales.com, where we spin tales from around the web. This week, we continue the story of a Soldier, by Austin Hardison. Rising Tide. After the Battle of Geonosis, the Separatist armada then set its sights on the peaceful world of Naboo. It won't be very peaceful for long. The Separatists have learned from Geonosis, and were now on the attack. Their assault was so swift, as a matter of fact, only one platoon from the 501st was able to reach the city in time, and by then, it could have been too late. The garrison of guards on Naboo had fought a hard battle when our LAATs landed amidst the heavy enemy fire. We arrived at a scene of corpses. The once beautiful city of Naboo, the Theed, was in ruins. The Separatists had set fire to the buildings, killing civilians, and were now prioritizing the Capitol building. We met with the guard captain, a man named Korsh Panika. He informed us that they had sustained heavy casualties. Their last fortified position was the Capitol building. When my squad entered, we saw chairs and tables flipped, makeshift cover, and plenty of wounded men. We were ordered to assist in any way possible, so our medics administered Bacta to the wounded guardsmen, while the rest of us took up defensive positions. All of us, armed with DC-15As, were ready for whatever Separatists could throw at us. Or so we thought. The droids came in full force. From the number of droids coming our way, we knew this would be their final and last attack. We opened fire on them, dust kicking up from where our DC-15As were resting. For a moment, we thought we were winning. That was until the Vulture droid shredded our exterior defenses, dropping bombs from above. We were forced to retreat into the Capitol building, placing traps and mines along the way. The first wave was comprised of mostly B-1 battle droids, but damn, there were so many. They overwhelmed our 30-man team with ease, and were in the process of creating new entrances into the Capitol building, but our orders were to hold, so that's what we will do. After another half hour of fighting, the droids started pushing more aggressively. There were only 20 of us in total, clones and guards fighting back to back. They had easily overtaken our position, but we were willing to die for that throne room. At one point, they had snuck up behind us and killed 3 of us. I saw the red luminescent bolt plow through the back of one of my brothers. I grabbed him by his armor plate, dragging him back behind the cover of an overturned table. I then activated my personal defense shield, attempting to push back, taking on large amounts of both small arms fire and heavy blaster fire. At one point, my shield was dropped, consequently frying my DC-15A. I then immediately switched to my DC-15S and continued to push forward. Then I heard screaming. I looked over to see a droid dropship had blown a hole through one of the walls of the building. I saw another droid in front of me, snapping me back into the fight. I opened fire on the droid. I then heard a loud explosion with dust covering the room in a fog, followed by another explosion, and then everything went black. Thank you for listening to SpunTales podcast. This has been a story of a soldier by Austin Hardison, Rising Tide. Check out Austin's Facebook and YouTube channel by checking the description of this episode. SpunTales is a Heathen Digital podcast. If you have a podcast or would like to create a podcast, send us an email at info@heathendigital.com. Background music and sound effects have been provided by tabletopaudio.com. Thanks for listening.